Jesus isn't plastic. And Christians aren't either. We gotta be real. And this song is called Who's Real Anymore?
Let's face it, this is not your everyday church service. And it's not your normal rock concert either. Nor is it meant to be. The group is called Resurrection Band, or to their many supporters, Res Band. They make their home headquarters at Jesus People USA in Chicago's North Side in the bowels of the city. As we discovered in our time with this group, it wouldn't be wise to judge from outward appearances. This building is not what it appears to be. For inside is housed a fully equipped recording studio built by members of the Jesus People USA community. It was here that we talked with husband and wife team Glenn and Wendi Kaiser, parents of 5 children, lead vocalists of Resurrection Band, and 2 of the founding members of the 13-year-old ministry.
You guys admit it. You aren't normal, are you?
We're not.
Okay, thank you. I mean, how much do you have to go through, Glenn, with having to explain yourself?
A.W. Tozer said, refuse to be average. And I think that to answer that question straight, a fair bit. People come up sometimes and they'll say, well, I had a girl come up at the end of a concert and say, why do you guys look like that, you know? And I said, well, or why do you sound like that? And I said, well, the truth is that if it was Glenn Kaiser preaches sermon tonight, all these kids that came and all these people you saw go to the front and commit their lives to the Lord after the concert was over, they would have never showed up.
Having been raised in the church world.
You were?
Oh, yes. I have a pretty good understanding of the normal Christian who attends, First Church on Sundays and maybe Wednesdays. And I also have a pretty good understanding of the average Res Band concert goer. And they don't mix a lot. I mean, they do and they don't. It's like because of the type of music and the type of ministry that we are and that we perform, we get many people that are not Christians. And it's very evangelistic. And usually the Christians that come really come to support evangelism because they have a heart for young people that have no direction. They don't know God. They're without hope.
Glenn was not raised in the church, but committed his life to Christ after years of drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
In the fog real chill, I've had my fill. Now the will to move, I choose to run. I'm beyond good.
Okay, the inevitable music question. You have chosen as a mode of expression for the gospel heavy metal. Heavy metal is a raucous sound. In secular terms, it's used by a lot of people who are pretty spacey. Why heavy metal?
Well, we've never been on a crusade for music. And we've never been on a crusade for heavy metal. Or any particular kind of music for that matter, rock and roll. And God has called us to minister the gospel to people. And there are too many scriptures. And I've given seminars. We all have as a band. We do seminars a lot. So I'm not going to get into all of that. We don't have the time or the tape to go into the word. But there's so many scriptural bases for what we're doing. And it just boils down to this. Paul says, I've become all things to all men, that by all means, quote, right? By all means, I might save some.
Yeah, but Glenn, the exception in brackets is rock and roll. God can't use rock and roll, man. Come on.
Music is, we forget sometimes who the devil is and who Jesus is. And, music is something that was given to us by God. And I don't think the devil really has created anything. He's taken God's creation and perverted things, distorted things. but he's not a creator. And so music in itself is something that's been given to us by God to glorify him, for us to enjoy. And I don't think there's a certain kind of music that can be said, oh, this is created by the devil. You can look in any type of or style of music and see men who have abused it and men who have enhanced that particular style of music. Rock and roll, because it is so very popular and because it is such a powerful medium, has been very abused.